FitLabPGH back with a video podcast showing you what Maggie the black lab, who's in walkies mode, sees, and sometimes what Puddin, who likes to trail behind and look for sticks, sees. Our theme for this podcast are 5 do's and don'ts when movement is just a lifestyle and not an activity. Our first do is just move. It's too easy to just say, I don't have time, I don't know what to do, my best friend can't walk with me, I can't make the perfect fitness class. Instead of having that attitude, think, what can I do to get a little bit of movement in if I don't have time to get a lot in? Recognize that maybe just a walk is going to help your mental outlook, your physical outlook, rather than saying, forget this, I want to watch the Steelers play, especially in a year like this year. Our first don't is, don't put yourself in dangerous situations. So 2 examples of that are a few years ago, I trained for a 50-mile trail run, and my main goal for that was to not end up in the hospital / not have a life-altering experience. Because I was properly trained, it was a fun experience, it wasn't life-altering, and I didn't end up in the hospital. Along the same lines, and this is for all us cyclists, we do have the same rights as cars, but we need to be a little smarter than most car drivers, because we're on a bicycle that, if we're lucky, weighs 15 or 16 pounds. Maybe if you're riding a fat bike, it weighs 30 pounds. But here's the thing. The smallest car is going to weigh about 2,000 pounds. And if you get into a contest with the car is bigger. And in this case, bigger is the winner and you're the loser because you've done something dangerous. So think about where you ride and when you ride. Our second do is, do make movement a priority. It's very easy to say, I don't have time for this or time for that. But if you schedule it, just like you schedule business meetings, just like you schedule your kids' soccer practice, then you can move. Our second don't is, don't be a jerk. A translation for that, or another way to look at that, is it's not all about you. If you're on the trails, if you're in the fitness facility, recognize that there's other people that are trying to enjoy it. So my pet peeve is when I'm there with my dogs, or I'm not there with my dogs, and I have an unleashed dog run at me. It may be friendly, but I don't know that. Similarly, you see the dogs here, they're on leashes. If somebody's coming the other way, I'm gonna pull them off to the side and let that person walk by. Or they're gonna stop and look at the beautiful dogs. Let's go, ladies. So if you approach it when you're outside or you're inside, of saying, what can I do so that I'm least intrusive to other people? It's going to make a better movement experience for everybody. And then our final just do for the year is be adaptable. I'd love to be able to ride my bike 2 or 3 hours every day, take my dogs for a 5 or 6 mile hike every day, but I do have a job, I do have other responsibilities. So by making it a priority to do some sort of movement, even in the winter, if it's just shoveling snow, I have a much more positive outlook, and I make movement a lifestyle and not an activity that I do just when it's convenient. So as we end 2021 and move into 2022, think like the Labradors. Movement is a lifestyle, not just an activity.